Hello, NBA fans. Daily news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan of the Lakers show and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give it a like. No one in the NBA understood that Suns player Jared Butler became a free agent. He's a proven scorer and has plenty of scoring power to help a team's rotation. The Lakers are being suggested to sign Jared Butler, who became a free agent. He could fit in very well with the Lakers, and when he comes off the bench, he could be much more productive than players like Dalton Knecht and Maxi Kleber. Jared Butler could become an offensive force for the Lakers. In addition to scoring, he has excellent assists and excellent vision. A suggested signing for the Lakers: sign free agent Jared Butler and then negotiate with other teams for players like Dalton Knecht, Maxi Kleber, and others to free up roster space. Jared Butler has been released and the Lakers can sign him as a free agent. They only need to trade or release another unproductive player to create a roster spot for Jared Butler. Phoenix Suns surprised the NBA world with their decision on Jared Butler. NBA fans couldn't believe the Phoenix Suns had cut ties with Jared Butler. The Phoenix Suns shocked the basketball world on Friday night with their latest roster move. The Suns are reportedly parting ways with veteran point guard Jared Butler. The timing of the trade was puzzling to many, considering Butler's dominant performance earlier this week. The Los Angeles Lakers hosted the Sacramento Kings at Crypto.com Arena on Friday night in what was their final of 6 preseason games. Players have been in and out of the lineup for various reasons all preseason, but J.J. Redick's plan going into the preseason finale was for all of the healthy guys to suit up for a dress rehearsal before opening night. Redick stuck to that plan, but the Lakers weren't able to close out the preseason on a high note, blowing a fourth-quarter lead and losing 117-116. 3 to 4 weeks. Redick started Gabe Vincent, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, Rui Hachimura, and DeAndre Ayton in this one, which likely will be the team's first 5 to begin the season. Doncic and Hachimura had 5 early points each to give the Lakers a 10-6 lead, although the Kings then went on a run to take their first lead. Marcus Smart, who didn't attempt a shot in his first preseason game, made his first triple coming off the bench in this one. Doncic also got hot from deep, but the Lakers didn't play much defense and found themselves trailing 36-34 at the end of the first. Vincent, who has been red-hot this preseason, continued that to start the second quarter as he and Doncic hit back-to-back triples to regain the lead. The three-point shot was keeping the Lakers in front as they went 9-4-20 from deep in the first half to take a 61-58 lead into the locker room. The Lakers announced that Jackson Hayes was ruled out for the second half due to a right wrist contusion. Meanwhile on the court, Doncic and the Lakers came out strong to begin the third quarter, extending the lead to double digits. Their defense did not allow them to build on that, however, with Zach LaVine, Keon Ellis, and Dennis Schroeder keeping the Kings within striking distance, trailing 90-86 going into the fourth quarter. Redick left his starters in for the first shift of the fourth quarter and Doncic continued to do what he does. He finished with 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists in 32 minutes. The game was still close heading into the final stretch though, making for a fun finish. The Kings regained the lead in the final minute and then the Lakers couldn't get a stop due to their inability to get a rebound. The Lakers had one final chance trailing 116-113 with 10.8 seconds to go, and Dalton Knecht drilled a triple. The Kings then got a look ahead of the buzzer, and Nick Smith Jr. committed a costly foul as Isaac Jones sealed the game with a free throw with 0.8 on the clock. What's next for the Lakers? Now that the preseason has come and gone, the next time the Lakers take the court it will count for real as they are hosting the Golden State Warriors on opening night this coming Tuesday. Lakers announced Jackson Hayes' injury update before NBA season. The Los Angeles Lakers ended their preseason run with a loss, as they bowed to the Sacramento Kings 117-116, despite another strong effort from superstar guard Luka Doncic. Doncic, who had a 27-7-5 stat line during his preseason debut against the Phoenix Suns on Tuesday, finished with 31 points on 8 of 16 shooting, along with 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal and 1 block. It looked like the Lakers had forced overtime when Dalton Knecht tied the game at 116-116 with 9 seconds left. Unfortunately, a last-second foul from Nick Smith Jr. sent the Kings to the free throw line to sink the game winner. While it's unfortunate the Lakers couldn't end the preseason on a good note, there were more pressing concerns for the purple and gold after the game. Backup center Jackson Hayes suffered a wrist injury early in the contest and had to be ruled out, raising concerns about his availability with the NBA season starting in just a few days. Hayes played just 8 minutes, tallying 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. Hayes was subbed out midway through the second quarter and did not return. After the game, Lakers head coach J.J. Redick addressed Hayes' injury and revealed that the X-ray results were negative. However, LA is expected to provide more updates about his injury and status on Sunday, per Mark Medina of Athlon Sports. Sure enough, hopes are high that Hayes won't need to be sidelined to start the season. After all, the last thing the Lakers need is another injury, as superstar forward LeBron James is also hurt and expected to be out until mid-November due to sciatica, according to Shams Charania of ESPN. The Lakers play the Golden State Warriors in the season opener. Hayes, who started 35 games for LA after the Anthony Davis trade last campaign, is set to be the main backup to DeAndre Ayton this 2025. Luka Doncic names weakness in LA Lakers preseason, one star everyone to follow his lead. Luka Doncic spoke after the LA Lakers preseason closer against the Sacramento Kings about what the team was missing, and one star believes he has the answer. The Los Angeles Lakers have wrapped up their preseason slate of games, losing to the Sacramento Kings at home. This was the first extensive look we had at what the Lakers' rotation will be, as several starters played heavy minutes. In fact, Luka Doncic played well into the fourth quarter before sitting down. The Lakers' preseason ends 1-5, but that might not be too much of a concern. The preseason, after all, is just a way for players to get their reps ahead of the new season. But Luka Doncic identified a problem he saw from the Lakers throughout the preseason, and wants that problem to be addressed soon. Luka Doncic says the LA Lakers lacked physicality in preseason. Luka Doncic spoke to reporters after the LA Lakers' 118-117 loss to the Sacramento Kings. When talking about what the difference was in their play in practice and preseason games, the answer was obvious. Doncic believes the Lakers need to do a better job of translating the physicality they play with during practice into games. He emphasized how important this is, especially with the different rotations they play. I mean, obviously, practices are different. I think, in practice, we are more physical. But like I said, we need to work on our physicality. Sometimes we're going to have small groups out there, sometimes we'll have a big group out there. There's some stuff to clean up. Obviously, I think the physicality was missing. In response to Luka Doncic's comments, Marcus Smart chimed in and told the rest of the Lakers what they need to do to fix the problem. Marcus Smart tells LA Lakers to follow his lead on the defensive end. Marcus Smart was asked by reporters about Luka Doncic's comments. Smart kept it coy, telling the rest of the Lakers to follow his lead as he sets the tone on the defensive end with his energy. Just follow my lead. That's really it. I'm gonna try and set the tone each and every night. They can just piggyback off me. There's gonna be nights where I don't have it. That's part of the game, there are 4 other guys out there with you. Just really picking up what I'm putting down. Me, Vondo, and Gabe go out there, and we try to bring the tone every time. So, if they can just follow us, which they can, we're willing to do so. Once we get that under control, you'll see a lot more physicality from the whole team. Luka Doncic recruited Marcus Smart to the Lakers primarily because of his defensive prowess. The former Defensive Player of the Year is still just 31 and can contribute at a high level. How far can the Lakers go with Marcus Smart as their best defender? Well, if he's close to the 2022 Boston Celtics version of himself, a run to the NBA Finals isn't impossible. Lakers impress in dress rehearsal to cap off preseason. The Lakers lost their final preseason game, but the starters looked good and that matters more. After 5 preseason games where they often played with various key rotation players out, on Friday, the Lakers finally had a game they took seriously. Head coach J.J. Redick called this preseason finale a dress rehearsal for his team. No, the Lakers didn't win, falling 117-116 to the Kings. However, this contest wasn't about how they finished, but how they started. Redick began the game with Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, DeAndre Ayton, and Gabe Vincent. All signs point to this being the team's initial starting lineup, but a coy Redick wouldn't confirm or deny it during his media availability. While Redick might not want to say if this group will start on Tuesday against the Warriors when the regular season begins, they made a compelling case to be the team's first five. All Lakers starters were a positive in the plus-minus department, and 4 of the 5 were in double figures. The only player who didn't break 10 points was Reeves, who has proven to be an offensive powerhouse. Vincent being included as a starter was a bit of a surprise. He only started in 11 games out of the 72 he played last year. He was impressive against the Kings. Vincent was knocking down open three-pointers just like he had in Las Vegas against the Mavericks and ended the night going 5-6 from the field, scoring 14 points. I do think in that lineup there's a lot of shooting around Luka and D.A., Redick said post-game. And Gabe is another ball handler, another tough defender. I think he fits in well, but you have to take a look at every matchup we play against and have to make a decision there. The rest of the Lakers starters followed Vincent's example and played a relatively sharp game. Hachimura was picking his spots well, going 6-10 from the field. Ayton scored 13 points and had a game-high 9 rebounds. And Luka was doing what he always does, dominating on ball, jawing at anyone who wants to listen, and knocking down threes. This content isn't visible due to your cookie preferences. Make sure social media cookies are allowed in your preferences in order to view it. The reserves also performed well. Marcus Smart played for 23 minutes, was diving on the floor, fighting for loose balls and forcing turnovers. He was also a positive factor on offense, scoring 14 points. Jackson Hayes was also a positive, shining in his role as the team's backup big man. Unfortunately, he suffered a wrist contusion and exited the game. The good news is Redick said the X-rays were negative and he'll have an update on his status likely on Sunday. The Lakers stayed in control throughout most of the game and were up 90-86 entering the fourth. In the final quarter, they lost that control, but with that period featuring two-way players and end-of-the-bench guys, it's far from a preview of what we'll see when the games matter next week. All things considered, this game was a net positive for Los Angeles. This contest was a proof of concept that the work they've put in during all of training camp is working, and they are ready for the year to start. We're very prepared, Smart said. Obviously, we've got some things we've got to clean up both defensively and offensively. But everybody's eager to get out there and ready to perform. The rehearsals are now over. The show will begin for real on Tuesday in LA against Golden State. Let's see if the Lakers can bring the best they showed on Friday, lead their worst and walk away with a win to start the 2025-26 campaign. Insider strongly suspects Lakers will keep key talent long-term. Austin Reeves' future with the Los Angeles Lakers will be a talking point throughout the season. He has 2 years remaining on his current 4-year $53.8 million deal. However, there is a player option for the 2026-27 season. Reeves will likely decline that option and explore his options in search of a pay rise with additional guaranteed years. It's still likely that he ends up staying with the Lakers. During a recent episode of the Hoop Collective podcast, ESPN's Brian Windhorst shared his expectation that Reeves will re-sign with the Lakers when the time arises. I do think that it is an interesting situation that they're in, which is that literally nobody on this team is truly locked in other than Luka, Windhorst said. Hachimura is under contract, Vanderbilt is under contract, but those aren't guys that the Lakers couldn't move off if they tried. They're not core players. I suspect Austin Reeves, strongly, is going to get re-signed, but they're in this sort of nether region. Since signing with the Lakers as an undrafted rookie in 2021, Reeves has emerged as a key part of the franchise's offensive system. His ability to scale his production and slot between stars will be essential to the Lakers' team building. Therefore, it's hard to envision them letting him walk away in free agency. Reeves could earn north of $40 million per year. During a recent episode of the Zach Lowe Show podcast, The Athletic's Dan Woik noted that Reeves could command north of $40 million per year on his next deal, assuming he has another impressive season for the Lakers. If he plays well, there will be offers north of $40 million for him, Woik said. With the cap jump, his max from another team starts around $42 million. It's him and Trae Young, those are the free agents everyone's watching. Play. If Reeves does sign a deal in the region of $40 million, his salary will jump roughly $24 million per year. He's earning $13.9 million this season. And if the Lakers aren't willing to offer that much, but other teams are, Reeves could find himself swapping teams in the near future. Lakers Reeves could earn a max contract. According to ESPN's front office insider Bobby Marks, Reeves could be in line for a max contract. A deal of that nature would represent 25% of the Lakers' overall salary cap. If Reeves bypasses the extension and becomes a free agent, the Lakers and teams with cap space would be allowed to sign him next offseason to a contract worth up to 25% of the salary cap. His first-year starting salary in that contract would be $42.5 million, Marks wrote. Reeves has proven himself to be a core piece of the Lakers' puzzle. And, with LeBron James expected to retire in the near future, Reeves could have an even bigger role to play in the coming years. For that reason, it's likely the Lakers will pay whatever is necessary to keep him with the franchise. After all, not only is Reeves a fan favorite, but he's also one of the most reliable contributors on the roster.